C1 Bel Canto has been a complete game changer for Christopher Ward. And over the last few months, I've had the opportunity to daily drive it and really get to know it. And now I'm going to tell you what it's like.
The chiming mechanism is perhaps the most romantic complication in all of watchmaking. Sonnerie au passage is a French phrase which means every passing hour, and is a term used by the Swiss to describe this particular complication. Usually this level of watchmaking is reserved for the elites, like Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet and Vacheron Constantin, to name a few. Yet somehow Chris Ward has managed to bring it to the mass market in a way that no one has before. The movement powering this beautiful timepiece is Chris Ward's in-house caliber FS01. When I say in-house, I mean mostly. Chris Ward's jumping hour movement has been adapted to create the hourly chiming sound, with more than 60 new components coming together to create the module, including the hammer for the striking mechanism, which itself sits on top of a reliable yet uninspiring Sellita SW200-1 movement. It packs a power reserve of up to 38 hours, which in real life I found it struggles to meet, but who cares when you hear this every hour. The Bel Canto's beauty, however, isn't just in the mechanism, but its appearance. I know aesthetics can be subjective, but I personally think it's gorgeous, particularly with the Viola dial featuring a sunburst finish which emanates from the floating time display. Chris Ward also went bold with the overall design. They could have hidden the mechanism away, but instead chose to style it out with a motif resembling a small bird. The result is a busy yet immaculately finished dial with plenty of complication on display. Yet somehow it manages to also be well proportioned and legible, while fitting into a 41mm grade 5 titanium case. That's a rather exotic material, but it's not just for show. It lends the Bel Canto a weightlessness that you don't initially expect. Although the size of the case, along with its 13mm height, means it does sit a touch proud on my 16cm wrist. You get a choice of bracelet or Italian vintage oak leather strap, and as you can see, this one wears the latter, which in my opinion is a tasteful choice. Even if the design isn't your cup of tea, one thing's guaranteed: it will garner a lot of attention.
One thing that I really love about this watch is that it's been a fantastic conversation starter. So I've been to plenty of events over the last few months, and people who are interested in watches always come up to me and they've wanted to talk to me about it, which just goes to show the broad appeal of the watch. And also in our YouTube videos, when we're doing the car reviews, people have noticed it on my wrist while I've been reviewing the cars, and just this watch really is the talk of the town at the moment. So many people are interested in it, and if you buy one of these, I guarantee you're going to make some friends and meet some new people.
Obviously, it's not just me who thinks the Bel Canto is special. I know I've been daily driving it, but if it were part of a collection, I'd bring it out on special occasions. It's just that kind of watch. After a few months of regular use, I've come to the realisation that it isn't a go anywhere, do anything companion. I've worn it with a t-shirt and jeans, and I've always felt like the Bel Canto is deserving of more than what my relaxed approach to style has to offer. That said, never once has it not felt special to wear, and never does an hour pass where I don't revel in the elegance of that melodic chiming mechanism. The only time I've chosen to silence it is at night when I sleep, which is accomplished using the pusher at 4 o'clock. And needless to say, I've not submerged it in water, even if it is resistant to depths of 30 meters. You may think that with the passage of time, the novelty would wear off, but not so with the Bel Canto. It's an enchanting watch, so much so that it's the recipient of the coveted Petite Aiguille Prize from the 2023 GPHG Awards.
But my absolute favourite thing about this watch has been the chiming mechanism. There's just something so romantic about listening to a watch chime every hour on the hour, and that D note is absolutely exquisite. It's not too loud, not too quiet, just enough. In fact, I just heard it go off there. Just enough so that you know it's there. It really is a beautiful thing. And when I eventually send this thing back to Chris Ward, not that I want to, I'm really going to miss listening to it chime all the time. It really has been a great pleasure.
So, how much does this beautiful hand-finished chiming watch cost? It starts from £3,195. Yes, you heard that correctly, £3,195. Christopher Ward might not be a high horology watchmaker, but the Bel Canto holds its own against much more expensive watches from far more established brands. Think about what you can buy from Tudor, Breitling and Tag Heuer for that money, and then compare them to what the Chris Ward offers. Not even Rolex makes a chiming watch, and while one could argue that such a complication doesn't have a natural home in their lineup, it still offers some context as to the value that the Bel Canto offers. In that respect, it really is in a class of one.
So what do I actually think of this Chris Ward Bel Canto? Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's been a complete game changer for the brand. Before, they used to be known for making quality watches at an affordable price, but since the Bel Canto came along and they've released other watches like the 12 and the Moon Phase, they really have solidified themselves as a watch brand for enthusiasts. And after spending all this time wearing it, I can see why.